What's up, guys? Katia here, and I'm with a guest, Ben. This is Ben's 2011 BMW 335is. It's a 6-speed manual as well. So, Ben, why did you decide to purchase this car?
Honestly, I got lucky finding it. Like, I was looking for a 135i and then just came across this one and decided to go with it. It was the right price.
Nice, sweet. And how long have you been driving manual for?
Oh, like 7 years now?
7 years, wow, nice. What was the first car that you learned manual on?
My old Civic.
Nice.
The Civic SI.
Oh, sweet, sweet. And do you daily this car?
Yeah.
Nice, sweet. So, Ben, are you purely a BMW person, or do you like Audi and Mercedes as well?
Like, I prefer BMWs for the most part, but like Mercedes definitely has better interiors in my opinion. And like older Mercedes, like the older C63s with the V8s and stuff were nice, but like modern BMW, I'd say is better than the other two.
Oh, nice, sweet, sweet. And do you keep up well with the maintenance that BMW requires? I know they have pretty strict.
You kind of have to, like, especially with an M54, like, if you neglect on maintenance, then you're just gonna pay for it down the road.
For sure.
And it's pretty easy. Like, honestly, this is probably the easiest car to do an oil change on because the oil filter's up top, it's not below.
So it's easy to access and stuff. Nice, that's good to hear. And what's the drivetrain on this car?
Rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive, nice. Just like my BRZ. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How much horsepower does it make?
320 or 330, one of the two.
That's pretty good. And this is twin turbo.
Yeah.
Nice, sweet. That's pretty awesome. What are some plans that you have for this car, in terms of mods?
Like, I don't really want to change the exhaust. The exhaust sounds pretty good in my opinion already, but just intercooler, downpipes, just like the normal.
Nice,
FBO.
the usual.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If my turbo's blue, then I'd put a single turbo in it, but we'll see.
Awesome, that sounds like good plans. Can we see under the hood of this car?
Yeah.
Nice. I love how that opens and you just lift it up and then it holds for you. I think that's a pretty cool feature about this hood. So, this is the engine bay of this car, and what kind of mods have you done to it?
It's literally just the intakes and then the charge pipe, which runs from here. And then there's an oil catch can, but it's under the cowl, so you can't really see it.
Cool. And I like the color of these intakes. Do you get to like choose the color, or is there any options?
I'm sure you could. That's actually like a company just in Langley, CTS Turbo.
Yeah.
I think you could probably get them in black, but I'm not sure about other colors.
Cool. I like it when they're colorful. I think it's a really nice touch. And the oil is this one right here. Nice, nice. And I see there's like things that are pretty easy to access, so this seems like a really nice engine bay. And that's something that I like about my BRZ. It's like how easy it is to just access anything you want, and I can see similarities with this car.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
It's like BMWs have the bad rap of like being unreliable, but it's just because people don't take care of them. Like you said, like there's tons of room in the engine bay to work with, and like this whole thing comes off, the engine cover comes off, so like it even opens it up a lot. So they're not rocket science to work on.
Has anything given you trouble in the engine bay? Like, have you had any issues?
Well, the charge pipe was the first thing. Like the OEM charge pipe's plastic, so it just literally blew up during a pull. And then the only other thing, I had an ABS sensor go and a coil pack. But other than that, in 2 years, less than $500 worth of problems.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Has it given you the classic check engine light that shows on BMWs?
That's only when the charge pipe blew.
Oh, okay, I see. Nice.
You get the thing that's annoying is the gong sound is the same for everything. So like right now it's cold outside, so randomly it'll just gong to tell me it's cold, but it could be a check engine light at the same time. Like it's the same sound. There's no difference.
Oh,
in the
there's no
sound.
difference. Oh, I'd be like, oh, I'd be a little worried if that came off.
Yeah.
Nice. And a classic BMW question, I guess, is do you use your turn signals or not?
Yeah, you kind of have to. And honestly, I like how some people hate the turn signals in like older BMWs like this because they're not like the classic, like they hold down and then click back when you turn. Like you kind of have to press it the opposite way to turn it off if you don't turn all the way.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like I kind of like them.
You kind of like them? Yeah, I've had some issues getting used to the turn signals in my BRZ because it doesn't like if you tap it gently, it goes like 3 times and then it automatically lifts back up.
Yeah.
And it took me a little while to get used to that. So, but now
that's like my favorite feature though. Is because
Nice.
like when you do like just a normal lane change, like
Yeah.
instead of having to click all the way down, you just tap it.
I'm
and
glad
then
to
it
hear
goes.
that somebody is actually very happy about that feature because when I first encountered it, I was like, why did they add this? But I'm glad to hear that there are people out there that benefit from it. Ben, you just told me that you took out the spark plugs recently on this car. Can you elaborate on why you did that and what happened?
Well, I did it because like I didn't know if they'd ever been changed. I didn't really have the effort to go and look through the service records from the previous owner. So I just wanted to change them. But then BMW being BMW, like everything's specific to them. So they have their own spark plug socket. So when I tried to change them with my socket, it didn't fit. So I had to go and get the specific socket from a store that I'd never been to before. So I'd go home and then take the old spark plug out, put the new one in, and I go to pull off the socket and the adapter pulled out of the socket, so the socket was stuck on the spark plug. So then I had to take the spark plug back out, super glue the adapter into the socket so that it was able to pull off without getting stuck on the spark plug itself. It's just BMW, like everything has to be specific.
I heard about that it's like an issue that you can't just go and get a local or like a general part. It has to be specifically from BMW.
Well, with my rims, when I put the new tires on, BMW has a locking bolt, and the locking bolt got stuck. And I went to BMW and asked them if they could just like quickly take it off. And they wanted to charge like $200 and something just because I was pulling into the like service shop. So I bought another key and then go and try and take it off, and that key breaks again. So then I had to go to a tire shop to get it to like put a extractor tool on to be able to get the bolt off. There's so many things with BMW that are like that. But
do you think it's like a frequent occurrence where you find yourself having to go to BMW to get certain parts, or is it just kind of
not really? Like there sometimes, like for something like that, yeah, or like whenever you need to do coolant, like you can't just go to the auto parts store and buy normal coolant. You have to go to BMW and buy the concentrate, and then you have to dilute it with distilled water yourself before you put it in.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. And so would you say that when you own a BMW, it's good to live close to the BMW dealership?
Probably. It's honestly more useful to like have someone like a mechanic that you can talk to that's like knowledgeable with, because a lot of like ex-BMW techs become specific BMW mechanics because they can charge less than the dealership but offer the same services.
But can you go to any other like regular mechanic? Like are people...
No, you'd have to like find someone that has like BMW history, I guess you would say.
Okay, I see. So to work on these cars, you really have to know the cars.
For some things, yes. For some things, no. Like, it depends what you're talking about. Like the coolant, like some people might just go and buy normal coolant and toss it in. But like for something like the intakes, like the intake itself is just a normal intake. Like they don't need
that makes sense.
specifics.
Yeah. And I see you keep this engine bay very clean. I really like that. I myself, I like to keep my engine bay very clean in the BRZ, and I frequently just kind of give it a wipe here and there every once in a while.
It's not bad for, like, I have 165,000 kilometers. So
on this car. Wow.
So
nice.
Considering that, it actually doesn't look that bad. The only rust is just like the tiny bit there. But
do you have the original clutch on it still?
No, I can't remember when that was replaced. I'd have to go through the previous owner's records. But the previous owner did everything at BMW, so I just have the records from them.
Sounds like it was well kept.
Yes.
Nice.
Very well.
Nice. What is the fuel economy like on this car?
It's okay. Like if you're driving on like the highway and stuff all the time, then it'd be probably 14 to 16 liters per 100 kilometers.
Not bad, yeah, not bad.
Is that how it works? I don't know. It's weird. On the interior, the fuel mileage is done by kilometers per liter, not liters per kilometer. So it gets like 7.5 liters per kilometer.
You have to do the conversion and stuff.
But I drive mainly in the city, so it's not as good as it could be, I guess you would say.
For sure. And what's the octane level that the fuel takes?
Like it's minimum 91, but
nice.
Like around here, I just use Shell 93.
93, yeah. Yeah. Same with my BRZ. It's a 91 minimum, and it prefers like 94 octane. So sometimes we give it a little bit of a treat, you know.
Well, Shell 93 is definitely the best around here.
Oh yeah?
Shell 93 or Chevron 94 would be the best.
Yeah, Chevron 94 is that's my personal favorite. And can we see the trunk on this car?
Yeah.
Wow. Spacious. And I like that it doesn't not only have like pretty good depth, but it really extends out further back too. That's really nice. And I like that you have your cleaning supplies in here as well.
Yeah.
Always ready to wipe off anything that gets on the car.
Yeah, and the battery's back here as well.
The battery?
You can't see it, but like this door right here, if you pop that out, the battery sits in the back.
Oh, so the battery's not in the engine bay, it's right here? Oh, that's a very interesting feature. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, until you have to change it. And then it's a little bit annoying.
So accessing it would be a bit difficult. I see. Are there any other interesting features on the trunk?
Well, like I don't ski or snowboard, but like on the inside, if you pop out the middle door and then go on the inside and open up another latch, there's like a bag so that if you had skis or snowboards, when you stick them in, the part that goes into the interior is like encased in a bag so that snow and stuff doesn't get inside.
That's really cool. That's a very cool feature. That's very convenient too, because I know from experience my snowboard at the end of the day is very wet and stuff, and then I'm like, okay, I guess it goes in here.
Yeah.
So that's very cool that BMW thought of that. Right guys, so now I'll show you the interior of this car. I really like BMW interiors. I just find them, especially for the older ones, it's just clean, elegant, you know, just it's very nice. And the steering wheel has the BMW logo. I think it looks very nice. One thing to note about the interior is that it has some M labels, like right here and on the dead man's panel right there. But this is not an M car, but it comes with those symbols stock, which is, I think, pretty interesting. I'm not really sure why BMW did that, but yeah. And in here, Ben has carbon fiber right here for the center console. This is, he said, real carbon fiber. Some other features like this are not. The shifter, pretty interesting. It's smaller than my BRZs. The shape is quite, I don't know if I'm really a big fan of it. I like kind of more of a circular shape, but I'm sure it probably feels fine if you get used to it. The seats, they're comfortable, and another interesting feature is that around here there's a button, and you can actually adjust the tightness of the bolsters on the seats. So you can either loosen them up or make them tighter to really like get you positioned well in the seat. And I think that's a really cool feature. I really like knowing that BMW thinks about these things and then implements them as well. This is a 2011 car, and it has a push to start button right here. I think that's cool because I personally did not know that push to start buttons existed in, I guess, non-supercars that early on. Another cool thing about this car is the gauge here. This goes to a maximum speed of 280 kilometers per hour. This is because it's a 335is gauge, not just a regular 335, which is a nice touch. Overall, I'd say my opinion of the interior is that it's solid. It's a very good, comfortable interior. I could definitely see myself being like a driver on one of these cars and enjoy it. So Ben, any favorite memories with this car?
Like I haven't really had the chance to like go on like super long road trips or anything, but like I don't know, the main memory would be like when I first got my dog and then driving him down to the state. I have a place in Washington.
Oh, nice.
And like driving him down, I remember like him sitting in my lap and driving
pretty
into our
cute.
place.
He was like in your lap as you were driving.
He's a mini Australian Shepherd mixed with a Pomeranian, but like at the time he was like that big. So
Aw, that is very cute. That is an awesome memory. Wow. And would you recommend this car or other BMWs to people?
I can't like speak on like other BMWs because I don't really like have experience with them.
Fair.
I definitely recommend this car, like if you can find it for one, but like as long as you keep up on the maintenance, like the N54 mixed with like the manual and all of the specific upgrades of the IS make it like really fun to drive.
Nice, sweet. And thank you, Ben, for allowing me to interview you about this car.
Anytime.
So, guys, I'll give you my opinion on this car. And we'll start with the back here. These taillights, these are stock. And I think they just look really cool. They just have a really nice design. And it's really nice to see that they're stock and they just come with the car. The exhaust pipes, there's two. And I really like that. I love my dual exit exhaust pipes. I think they look very clean. The back is just, it's simple, it's elegant, like a very solid back end on the car. The tires and the wheels, very nice. I noticed that Ben takes very good care of them. They're very, he darkened them, they're very black. They're really shiny, they look so nice. And the wheels, very clean. The calipers and rotors are kind of similar to the ones that I have on my BRZ, just very clean. Nothing to complain about there for sure. And the side, also just very slick. There's some really nice angles, especially on the door here. I think that just adds like a really nice touch to the car. I also really love black BMWs. They kind of give me an impression that I'm like a mafia boss in the 90s and this is my car. That's kind of the vibe that I get from it. And let's come to the front. Very clean front end here. I love these grills right here. It's just, again, just clean, simple, and the headlights are also really nice. Overall, yeah, I'm a big fan of this car, and I'm also happy to see that this car is well taken care of. The owner, Ben, does a really nice job with it. And that's all I have for this video. So remember, guys, stay chillin'.